Okay, guys, we should be live now. Let me just let everybody know to refresh their screen. All right, if you can see Andrei's face on the left side of the screen, then
Hey guys, how are you?
Then we are live. All right, let's give it just a few more minutes to get everybody to get on the feed. Okay. Okay, perfect. Chris is on. D, thank you. Jay, thank you. All right, guys, my name is Eric. I'm going to be helping Andrei with the live video chat. Just for anybody that's new with this chat, I'm going to be writing down everybody's questions and try not to repeat yourself so we don't end up spamming the board. Andrei has a lot of news today and a lot of stuff to talk about from what's been going on in the last few days. He's been doing a lot of travels. So this should be a very quick but hopefully very informative live video chat. So why don't we start off with Andrei? Why don't you tell us where have you been all this time?
Hey guys, how are you? Thank you for your time, and I hope we're gonna spend very good next hour. I try to answer to all your questions, and I have something to say. Yes, in last months, I spent last months in the Republic of Dagestan, and
Now, where is that located?
training. It's a former. It's Russia. It's nearest by Kafkas, and I train with one of I train with the best wrestlers in the world, and one of them, Bilal Mahov. Eric later tonight, or maybe in the next day, or maybe in the next couple of days, he download pictures, some videos. And,
yeah, that's actually coming up right after our live video.
It was great time. It was great time. All guys, they are great, but when it comes to train, they didn't give me any space, and for sure it was one of the hardest camps I have ever been to, and I really appreciate.
What kind of things were you working on at the
It was freestyle camp because in I believe June 30th it was a national championship in Russia, and all guys who were in that camp in different weight categories, they took 2 gold medals, 1 silver, and 6 bronze medals. It's actually a very good result, and I'm very happy, and I really appreciate for that time, for great camp, and definitely I'm gonna come back again.
What was the most effective thing that you've done while you were there, Andrei?
First of all, when I came, like everybody looked at me, okay, I'm gonna kick his ass, because it was camp by wrestling rules. But anyway, I came over there to get my ass kicked in the wrestling, and learn something new, and obviously I didn't want to make any new friends, but after a couple of days, like, people became a little bit friendly to me, and which is good. And one guy, he's 23-year-old, he's about 130 kilos, 6'5", I believe. He's already 3-time world champion.
This is the guy that we have a picture with you.
In the heavyweight division, and everybody thinks he's gonna be a world champion in September, and the next Olympic Games he's gonna take a gold medal. And that guy, he's like, it's like I cannot even explain how I felt, because he's so strong. And also he playing piano, it's ridiculous, but he's a great guy. He let me work. He showed me some moves. He from his point, he told me what's good in some situation, what not really good, and once we work like 2.5 hours after all workouts, and head coach Sajidov, he looked at our workout, and Bilal told me, listen, until my hard working, we're gonna train here, or if you want, you can give up. I told him, listen, obviously you're strong and much technical than me, but I have some characters too, some understanding of life, you know, and he did some move and I kind of felt and I hurt my shoulder a little bit and elbow, and Sajid said, oh, listen, it's time to finish the workout, and actually it was really good idea. But anyway, Sajid, he's a head coach, like I said. He showed me some moves. He's three-time world champion. He bronze medalist in Olympic Games in Atlanta. Gaidarov, my friend Murad Gaidarov.
He was with you at the Strikeforce event.
Yes, he came to support me, Murad Gaidarov, with his friend, and it was great camp, and definitely I'm gonna come back.
All right. Anything exciting happened while you were there? You were there for a while, right?
Eric, guys, I'm sorry. Okay. What?
Anything exciting happened while you were there on the trip? You were there for a long time.
Nothing excited except all guys, they wrestling like they fighting, you know, because after every training match they had some bloody nose, so they cut their eyebrows or lip, you know. It was like really excited, and I think it was really good. It was like really working situation, because everybody was like what surprised me, because, you know, those guys, they friends in one weight categories. Like, for example, I met three guys. They took me to the sauna. I drove with them, and like they friends, but they compete and they like train each other, and they beat each other during the training session. And I'm sure they probably compete in a tournament in Russia. So it's kind of.
But it's different how it's cool how they're able to separate the professional career and their off time.
Yep.
Is it more like a closed training camp, well, all you're doing all day is training, or is it more of you come in the evening, you train, and then you leave?
No, I like what Warriors came, my Sajid said, oh, listen, you have to do this and that. Listen, I came here for camp. I'm an athlete, and you're a head coach. We can be friends out of the facility, but here in the complex, in the mats, in the gym, I'm an athlete, and I have to do everything what you gonna tell me. And we agreed this, and I'm very happy about my camp.
How was the rest of your trip to Moscow and Minsk?
I came to after wrestling camp. I went to Belarus. I spent a couple days, 1 week with my mom and grandpa, and I met I saw my friends, and I came here, and then I thought maybe I'm gonna leave this Sunday to Albuquerque, but I'm going next week, and. I came I trained yesterday with Dina and Said, and they whooped my ass.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they gave me a hard time, but
they haven't seen you for a while, so
yeah,
they want to catch up.
They were excited, they were excited, and yes, tomorrow we have another training session.
How are you feeling overall, physically, mentally?
Great.
You think this is feeling anything new? Any?
I feel great. I feel refreshed. So.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. One of the quick questions that we had is, are you planning on training in Flow MMA anytime soon?
I do, but now I have a camp and maybe something else coming up, and now I focused on my camp.
Gotcha. Andrei, first of all, is it true the speculation that we're hearing about a potential upcoming match with you? Is there an August match for you?
Guys, like always, at this time I cannot comment on my future contract and fight and the fight, but I'm sure very soon there will be an announcement, and like always I have to be professional with people who I works, and I promise the minute I'm gonna have something in front of me on a piece of paper, I mean like contract, right away Eric gonna
make an announcement.
Post comments on arlovski.com, I promise.
Well, the good news is that all of us are fans, so we can stipulate as much as we want,
And
right?
I really appreciate it.
But given the fact that you're going to Greg Jackson's camp next week, seems like you're preparing for something. So either
but anyway, even anyway, it wasn't my schedule to go to Greg Jackson. Now Mr. Greg Jackson, he's on vacation with his family, which is good because he's busy like pretty much all year, like all years, you know, and he has to spend time with his family. And 1 week later or earlier, it doesn't matter. So next week.
Andrei, how long do you work out daily when you prepare for fights normally?
Like I said, 8 to 10 weeks. And
how long per day? Per day, how long do you train per day?
Per day? Mm-hmm. Now it's kind of different because at Greg Jackson's camp it's like short but very intensive and hard workouts. And I think it's gonna be at Greg Jackson what I'm planning: run in the morning, do some group training at 9:30, lifting weights about 1 o'clock, some personal training with Greg Jackson about 3-4, and another workout, short workout with Wintle John after Greg Jackson or right before, I don't know, and rest. And what is good at this time, I'm planning to take Maximus with me, so I guess I'm gonna drive from Chicago to Albuquerque. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but Maximus is very excited.
You can tell.
And my fiance, she's kind of happy too because she has a summer school. She's taking some summer classes, and it's kind of hard for her walk Maximus in the morning, go to the school, and come back and spend time with him. And this motherfucker, he's like very, very spoiled, and he need that somebody spend all the time with him and give him a lot of attention. So
now you'll be able to give it to him. Plus, you won't be.
No, I'm gonna take him to the gym, so which is good. He's like to be around the people, and he's gonna be in his place down, and I'm gonna give him comment downstairs, and he's gonna be good.
Cool. One of the other questions that was asked is, do you have any concerns with the Albuquerque heat this time of year? It's very hot.
Oh, I know. I thought.
You remember, yeah.
But I'm sure it's not hotter than in Louisiana,
oh, really?
Baton Rouge. So.
How long are you planning on being there?
Few weeks.
Okay. All right. So anybody that can read between the lines knows there's something in the works. But we'll keep that off the flow. Andrei, what are your thoughts about the purchase of Strikeforce by UFC? What is your opinion? Listen to the question. What is your opinion overall of the organization coming together?
This is great, I guess, for UFC.
Okay, but as you as a fighter, does it affect you?
Me? This is good for UFC. UFC gonna be everywhere, in every continent, every country soon, so it's good.
Did you get a chance to watch Vladimir Klitschko's fight?
No, I did not, and I heard it was boring fight. And when I was in Republic of Dagestan, at that time it was Strikeforce fights, Overeem, Verdum, Rogers, and Josh Barnett, and everybody thought we were be able to watch those fights, but it didn't happen. And I text my friend Pete Kelly and Leo, I don't remember, but I text somebody and they sent me text back that with results. So it was a good fight, interesting fights.
Did you know that Pete Kelly was in Transformers?
I
saw
he sent me a text message. The Eagle has landed in New York and for premiere of Transformers and I said, good for you. And when I came back from Belarus, I went to the movies to watch Transformers 2 and
You like it?
I fell asleep.
You fell asleep during the movie?
Right away because it's jet lags, and time
you're
changing.
tired.
And
But it's a good movie.
But
I was surprised to see him. It looks kind of different.
Next week, I'm planning to go to watch again.
What do you think about Brett Rogers first being arrested and second of all being dropped by Strike Force supposedly?
Huh?
Being dropped by Strike Force, so being let go.
Who?
Brett Rogers. No opinion. What do you think?
It was a comment or it was a question?
No, it was a question. What do you think about Brett Rogers being arrested recently and being
arrested?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! It's of course it's sooner or later it's supposed to be happen because he's like acting like I don't know who somebody. And for what he was arrested?
Domestic violence, I think.
What does it mean?
Hitting a woman.
Good for him.
Yeah.
His wife?
Supposedly. No. While you were in Tajikistan, are there any fighters that are planning on coming to United States to fight? Are you aware of any fighters out of that camp or out of that training facility coming to the United States?
From Dagestan?
Yeah.
No, one guy, Rustam, he's already in Albuquerque, and I don't know, guys, they focused on their wrestling career because they all young, they about like 19s and till 23 or like maybe like 27, 28, and young kids, they focused on a wrestling career, and who a little bit older, I guess. Honestly, I don't know, but I don't think so.
Okay. While you were there, were you training, putting an emphasis on training for takedowns, taking it to the ground? Is this something that you're planning on potentially making use of in your next bout?
I'm planning to make wrestling my strong side, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
And I can't wait to come to Albuquerque and train with a guy. He's 265, Anthony. I don't know his last name. He's a strong guy, and he's a wrestler. His background wrestling, and I wanna kind of work out with him.
Cool. For the next fight that you may have coming up in the future, how are you preparing for it differently mentally?
Next question. I don't want to talk about this.
No? Okay. I know that you and Saeed had trained a little bit of Muay Thai. Is it your
not a little bit because for last time I trained a lot with Saeed Hatim from Dino's gym, and I plan to continue work with him. Yes, when I start fighting UFC, I had a great low kick, and after a while I kind of didn't really pay attention to my kicks and elbows and knees, and it was a really big mistake. So now I try to. I never started to
never started to catch up.
Catch up what I lost.
Missed.
What I missed. Yeah.
It seems like Muay Thai is really becoming just as important as wrestling. It seems like it's a fundamental.
Any kind of sport. I mean, like boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, sambo, kickboxing, boxing. It's very everything very important, and of course.
All right. Are you planning on going to Thailand?
For vacation or for camp?
For camp.
Oh, if I will have opportunity, of course, why not?
What will be different in your next fight?
Next question.
Okay. The other question that we have is, have you had a chance to watch the movie The Fighter?
The Fighter? No. I saw preview and it's came out already?
Yep.
Oh, no, not yet. I guess I will have a lot of time in Albuquerque. I'm gonna spend probably every other night at the movie theater, so
oh, yeah.
We'll see.
Are you planning on doing any appearances? meet and greets, appearances, either before or after your fight?
Oh, when I'm fighting? When I'm fighting?
Whenever.
We'll see, guys.
I'm trying, guys.
We'll see.
Okay, but is this something that you'd like to do soon, hopefully?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. I have to one more time, guys. I want to repeat. Like, I really appreciate all your comments, time, for your support. It means a lot to me, and of course, if I will have some opportunity for some appearance, or like Eric said, meet and greets, definitely. I mean,
and we'll announce it on the website, so everybody that's a member on Arlovski.com is going to get an email and a notification, just like for this live video chat, if we are going to put something together. The other question, Andrei, is what is your opinion of other organizations which are not UFC that are currently in MMA? Do you think there's a lot of other organizations that are currently competitive and
is it allowed? A lot of other organizations except UFC?
I don't know. You as a fighter, you should know.
Next question.
Okay. What do you think is the best Greek restaurant in Chicago?
In Chicago, it's gonna be like advertising or just a question?
Just a question.
How many years ago? 7, 8, probably 9. It was my really favorite restaurant and hosted. It's called Nine Mooses. But for a while I didn't go with it. But I went a couple times again after a few years. No, it was good, and I like Nine Mooses and Melly.
Andrei, do you have currently any other business ventures other than fighting? And if so, what are they?
No.
Okay. Do you plan on doing something else other than fighting in parallel to fighting? I know that you had mentioned that you're not going to quit for a while.
I didn't think about. So if I will have some good opportunity, I mean like really good opportunity, of course, why not?
Are you planning on doing another round 5 action figure? So the little figurine.
No, obviously it's not up to me. But if I will have a proposal from somebody, of course, why not?
I know you were thinking about it, but are you planning on getting a tattoo for yourself?
I thought about, but now I kind of don't think so.
Why, are you scared?
No, I'm not scared because I saw like some guys they have tattoo on during the filming movie, and and everybody's supposed to. Not everybody, I mean like makeup artist supposed to cover the tattoo because it doesn't match with his role, and it's not really necessary for me.
Was your role very different than the latest movie? I know you can't give out the details, but was it different than the previous?
Nothing really big difference between Unisolve 3 and 4, but I enjoy this role more than in Unisolve 3.
You have more talking?
I didn't talk at all.
Shut up.
Not even one line.
Are you serious? Or are you
just screaming, mean face, and I think it's gonna be one movie about Mike Meyer came out, and and everybody had his mask for Halloween. I think I'm gonna have mine. So it was a lot of fun.
So it was more action, less talking. It sounds like, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. It's too bad. But any new movie projects that you're thinking about potentially being involved in?
I'm open, but I didn't have any phone calls or nobody didn't send me any scripts yet, or nobody didn't contact my agent in Hollywood or Leo, so not yet.
But you're ready and willing?
If it's not gonna be big conflict with my fighting career, yes.
So it sounds like your priority is your fighting career.
Of course.
Number one.
Of course.
Okay. Not any interest, but would you want to see yourself in the UFC octagon again?
Next question.
Gotcha. Any pre-fight rituals?
Ah?
Do you have any pre-fight rituals? So is there anything?
Ritual?
Yeah, before the fight.
I had before, not lately. Not lately.
Is this something you're looking to change?
Don't think so.
Okay. What's your favorite submission move?
Ankle lock.
Ankle lock.
But I saw it yesterday, you know, when I came to Dina's place, and I remember he showed me, I worked out yesterday for some technique, and a few years ago I didn't like it. But I don't know, it came with experience, or it came with age, I don't know, whatever. But what he showed me yesterday, and I started working, I kind of really like it, you know. I didn't enjoy it before. I didn't understand why, but I don't understand why. But now it's like really good. And Dina, he's a fucking great
character.
He's a character, and he's like
a great partner to train with. Yeah,
he is. He really is.
It'd be interesting to maybe do some video footage of you guys training to see, show people.
With Dina?
Yeah, to show people what it's like at a gym.
Okay.
One of the questions that we had back here was in regards to. Would you be willing to fight as a guest on a card that's not in United States? So, for instance, Australia or somewhere else. Would you consider fighting on other cards?
Fighting in other countries?
Yeah.
If I will have a contract with those paragraphs that I can do any fighting appearance, not only in United States, yeah, why not? Obviously, it's a good question, I guess, for my manager Leo Karolinsky. So,
Andrei, would you ever write a exercise book?
No, first of all, if you wanna write some exercise book or some book about diet or about fighting performance, my personal opinion, you have to be educated in this area. I'm not educated in this area, and I don't really want to take any responsibilities for my fighting technique or some exercises, because what works for me, it's not guaranteed that it's gonna work. It's gonna work for somebody, so I don't really want to take the responsibility.
I think a lot of people, when they write books about
be co-writer,
interesting things.
Be co-writer with somebody who has knowledge about this stuff. Why not? It might be interesting, but definitely I don't want to write any books by myself.
I think the interesting part would be, and as a co-writer, it's actually a good idea. You have somebody who has an expertise opinion, and then you could offer.
They can like ask something, and then I can answer, and they can explain in the right way. So it might be like как вариант.
Like an option.
Like an option, but definitely I don't want to take this responsibility by myself.
For your diet, you had mentioned that you like to take in low carbs, right? You like to take in low amount of carbs.
No, actually now I'm eating like actually in Dagestan I gained 3 kilos. It's about like 6.5 pounds, and but I can't say that I ate more than here, but it was like schedule, you know. Morning, you wake up, run, do some exercise, breakfast, rest, morning workout, lunch, workout, rest, dinner, you know, and everything was on schedule, everything was on time, and that's why I like to be like, I don't want really have camp in Chicago, because I have, for example, some workout in the morning, after that I have to drive home, eat, I have to rest, but I in my head I know I have to be somewhere like in 2 hours. It's gonna take this traffic 2 hours. It's not really good. In Albuquerque, 5 minutes. Perfect.
And I think it makes sense, because when you're away from home, you can focus only on training and only on fighting, as opposed to being sidetracked. talking about sidetrack, while you're in Chicago, what do you do for fun?
In Chicago for fun. Yesterday, guys, Eric invited me to
Oh, come on.
some great Russian party.
That's not true.
New disco club, new nightclub.
Just
The
don't
game
give out
was
the name.
it was like only 3 people, and I drove from Chicago in hours like about 45 minutes, and
I went to sleep.
yeah. We came here. Eric went to sleep, and we stopped by. I stopped by with my fiance because I was so hungry, and I met and I stopped by Subway. I bought some what I bought some Philly steak, some
Burrito?
not burrito. It's sandwich,
Okay.
and we went for a little bit to Spy Bar.
Cool. What's your opinion as far as food goes? Beef or fish? What do you like more?
Of course, beef.
Beef. And what is the most favorite traditional meal that you had in Tajikistan while you were there?
In Dagestan,
Yeah.
it's like hinkali. It's called.
And what is it made out of?
It's like beef and some like. It's not like a pizza, but it's.
Dough?
What does it?
Dough is testa.
Yeah, dough, but with meat, with some fruit was delicious.
But explain it.
I mean, like
Hold on.
food was delicious, and I can't even explain, but it was really. It's not fattening, but it's a lot of calories. It's like tastes super good, and
So it's meat inside of the bread. Right?
inside of the bread.
Okay, so it's like pizza, sort of.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Some maybe tomatoes, pepper, and
Yeah.
pepper. It was like really good.
Cool.
And it's traditional. If you came to some
Somebody says dumplings plus khinkali.
Hinkali too, yes. If you came to some guest, you visit somebody, you have to eat. I remember like it's like Sajid took me one place, another place, and everywhere you have to eat because you show respect to the family, you know, to people who invited you, and it was like shish kebab. Shish kebab is good.
Yep.
Shashlik shish kebab.
Yep.
Shish kebab, it's great. Beef, it's like great over there. So
So I'm going to ask a question, and you cannot say no comment, okay? Because everybody can have an opinion. What do you think of a guy by the name of Joe McCall?
who's that?
This is somebody that everybody seems to be talking online as a potential opponent for you. Nobody knows, but what do you think of him as a
The
fighter?
minute I'm gonna sign contract, the minute I will know the date of my fight, the name of my opponent, no problem, I can talk. But now
But do you know who he is or no?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Gotcha. That's all. I think that's all that they were asking.
I guess like if you mentioned his name, he's a fighter, right? And
Correct.
he's supposed to be my opponent. So, but I don't.
But you don't know him
No
personally.
disrespect, but I don't know who is he.
Gotcha. Have you ever had a chance to meet the president of Belarus?
No,
Lukashenko?
not yet.
Would you want to?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any opinion regarding the political situation in Belarus?
I think everything fine. I just back like somebody said it's no electricity over there, no
Yeah.
food, but everything was fine. And I'm not really like interested in politics, but seems to me like everything was fine.
Any preference, Russia to Belarus? You personally? I know you're from Belarus, but do you have any preference?
And obviously, two Russians kicked my ass, so I like more Belarusians than Russians. But
Alright.
my fiance, she's a Russian, and be seriously, it doesn't matter for me,
Yeah. People are people, bottom line.
of course.
One of the questions that we had earlier was in regards to if you were not a fighter, what do you think you would be doing today?
I don't know. Somebody, I guess.
But based on your previous, careers and based on the things you were doing, where do you think you would be today, realistically?
I don't know. Somewhere big shot.
Yeah.
I think so. Why not?
If you had one fighter to fight tomorrow to get back to the top of the MMA top 10, let's say, list, who would you fight? Who would you want to take on?
Oh, I have many
Opponents?
on my list, yes, and it's gonna be a long, long, long road to get back on the top. So, and I'm ready for this.
I know Alexander just joined us. We did discuss your wrestling in Eastern Europe, but why don't you tell us a little bit more regarding how was your wrestling training while you were on your trip? Was there a lot of emphasis on wrestling specifically, or no?
It just was camp for wrestling.
Only
Wrestling. Wrestling, conditioning, and wrestling. That's it.
Gotcha. Andrei, what is the motto you live by?
Motivation.
Motto means теория. Правила, по которым ты живешь.
Motto of my life. No, first of all, как полезное по-английски?
Good for you.
Do something good for myself, for my family, and for my kids, and for my people, for people, also for my fans. And after some years, people said, "Yeah, he was a great fucking guy." And for me, I think by end of my days on the earth, if I'm gonna ask myself, if I lived good, if I did something good, and I wanna say yes, so I'm gonna be happy.
Okay.
If you're not like asking about like oh, I wanna this, that, I wanna
no, when they say what is your life motto, I think it basically means the last thing you said, which is I want to look back on my
life experience and said yes, I lived a good life, and I did many good things. So
for other people,
for other people, for my family, for myself too. I guess it sounds like a little bit stupid, but yes.
It sounds stupid. It's true. Do you still have the Pitbull license plate on your car?
No, no, because Chicago Police Department doesn't really like those license plate, and I took it off like I don't know many years, like 3 or 4 years ago.
A lot of people
now I have some license plate with Black Hawks logo. Red license plate, and when I'm driving, when my friend Michael Lopatinski, the chief of flagship department, giving me some car, I'm driving his plates. So
one of the things
he's a last sponsor. I still have it. So
he's the first
and last
and most important.
Yeah, he's the first. Yeah, right. He's the most important.
One of the questions we had was when we were discussing Vladimir Klitschko and the heavyweight boxing matches. One of the things that I kind of thought while I was watching the fight, and I don't know if you think the same thing, that a lot of MMA fighters right now who are heavyweights may be a lot more faster in boxing than the current boxers because they're just one-sided fighters. What do you think about people converting not from boxing into MMA, but from MMA to boxing?
I don't know. That's why I signed with Oscar De La Hoya. Idea was to fight Klitschko after a couple fights in boxing, but it didn't happen, and that's it, I guess. If I will have opportunity to box, I will box, but now I'm gonna do just MMA, and that's it.
Somebody saw you in a Russian dance club last week in Minsk.
Yeah, I saw, but it
and we want to know why you're not married just yet.
First of all, I wasn't in a nightclub. First of all, and why not married yet? Because I'm engaged now. So
it's a process.
And of course, I'm gonna be married one day.
Okay. Talking about marriage, let's talk about kids. Is this
I want kids.
Is this something in your 5-year plan? How many kids are you planning on having?
No, I plan to have a big family and soon.
Okay. Andrei, would you ever consider visiting Israel, trying out Israel MMA, and maybe even doing what is it, Krav Maga? Have you ever heard of
Krav
Krav
Maga,
Maga?
I heard it, and I guess at Flow we have classes Krav Maga, but I have no idea what does the discipline mean, what kind of moves, what kind of technique in Krav Maga, but yeah, I think I want to go to visit Israel for sure, not just maybe for fighting like a tourist, and yes, I want to go.
Okay. Another question that we had is in regards to Fedor versus Henderson. What's your opinion on this matchup, and what does it mean for Fedor if he loses?
I don't care what does it mean for further, but I think it's going to be a good match, and Henderson he has a really good chances because my opinion he's wrestling much better than wrestling Matt Lindell wrestling technique,
Mm-hmm.
and Matt Lindell almost obviously he took him down, but Emelianenko grabbed the ropes and ropes kind of saved him, and it's gonna be a really good match for Dan Henderson.
Okay. What do you think, Van Damme versus Steven Seagal?
Van Damme, Van Damme,
Van Damme?
definitely. JC.
So just for anybody that made it the last minute, Andrei did not confirm any fights yet. Andrei will confirm a fight as soon as the paperwork is signed. He cannot confirm or deny that there is some negotiation happening currently, but the minute that there is something concrete, it will be announced on Arlovski.com first. So you guys can come to Arlovski.com to get a confirmation of his next upcoming bout. Andrei is in training camp based on his previously arranged schedule. He's going to be leaving next week to Greg Jackson's camp for a few weeks. And we're going to be hopefully getting some video blogs from there, and hopefully he can record some video for us before he leaves with Dino tomorrow while they train. Outside of that, guys, if we have any other last minute questions, we're probably going to start wrapping this up. I unfortunately have plans, and that's why I'm trying to roll it up. But if there's any other questions, we definitely want to give you guys the time to ask them. Andrei, is there anything that you would like to say to aspiring fighters? So anybody that wants to become an MMA fighter, any words of wisdom? Any
Just follow your dream. Sooner or later you will find out is it yours or it's not yours, and if it's yours, great for you. I wish you good luck, and keep follow your dream, and I don't know whatever would motivate you to be a professional fighter. If not, like I guess you can figure out what's good for you and found for yourself some good other opportunities in life, and that's it.
One of the questions that we had is, do you have any favorite brand of beer?
Beer. I like good taste. When I like when beer it's good, very good taste, have a good taste, and I like light. I mean, like I like not dark, light beer,
Mm-hmm.
light beer,
Yeah.
not light and light. I mean, like not dark. I like not dark, not dark unfiltered beer. So
Right, so you like light beer.
light beer.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Is there any fighters that you particularly like or are watching or following in the MMA today? I know you like John Jones, you said, right?
No, it's definitely interesting for me too. It sounds ridiculous, but I like watch John Jones, Rashad Evans. What about them? They're gonna fight, no?
And nobody knows, not yet.
So, and
What do you think about the heavyweights that are coming out right now into UFCs and Strikeforce of MMA, the really big guys? Do you feel any concern that you might be on the lighter side of the heavyweight division?
you mean move to 205? Definitely not. And
But what do you not move down, but for you to be a lighter of the heavyweights, do you have any
well,
concern?
definitely I'm gonna be lighter than the most heavyweights, and
Any concern for that?
absolutely not.
Do you think because you're lighter you might be faster or have an
Definitely,
advantage?
I'm gonna be faster, and it's my natural weight, like 240 to 45 to the top. Probably I don't want to be heavier than I'm right now. So
Andrei, who do you think would be your perfect sponsor for your next fight? Like, is there a company that you would think would be a
be honest
perfect?
with you guys, I don't look any sponsors for my next fight, because for me it's more very important to get back on a track. But at the same time, when I had sponsors, the amount of money what they paid me before, and I don't want to go lower than
Those amounts?
those amounts. If somebody contact me or Leo or Eric or
Keith Gelman, who
Keith
deals with.
Gelman, and they gonna give me like uh, they gonna give me some good proposal.
Mhm.
So why not? But definitely I'm not going lower than that sponsor paid me before. So it's against my personality.
I think a great sponsor for you would be based on all the comments that we have online and based on all the conversations that we have regarding your beard would be like the perfect razor company. So whoever makes
Razor
razors,
company. If somebody want me like pay money, and I can shave before the fight, so I don't really care. But yeah, it's like many great and successful companies in the market who want to spend money, for example, on a handsome guy like me.
handsome guy like you.
I'm ready. I'm ready. If somebody wants that I have short hair, I can shave. If somebody want me to grow my hair back, I will. But honestly, I really enjoyed short hair, and it's like kind of like I grow. But after the movie, I shaved, and I was so happy. I was so happy. It's like
Freedom.
yes, yes.
One last follow-up question. In the perfect world, um, how many times a year do you want to fight?
4 5.
4 or 5 fights a year. If by any chance you do, God forbid, lose your next bout, do you think about retirement?
Next question.
Gotcha.
Eric, I
No,
fucking hate you,
no, I
motherfucker.
know, but these are the things that people are talking about, so I want to make sure we address them. The final thing is very big topic that was brought up on our chat rooms was a recent comment that Leo, your manager, had made regarding a lot of people saying that, well, listen, people are scared that you, after so many knockdowns, may not be health-wise okay to fight, and you should retire. And experts like Greg Jackson, like a lot of other people who are in the
Like
industry,
Mike Garcia.
who think it's crazy.
Uh,
So my question to you is, in your opinion, do you feel healthy, and do you think it's okay for
First
you
of all, Leo is the first person in the world who gonna like
to stop you?
wanted to stop me, because if he gonna have some medical results, or
Well, now that you're talking about medical results, let's talk about that. Were there physicals that you were going through to determine whether it's okay for you to fight or not? Do you go through medical tests?
of course, like it's
So is your decision based on what you want to make money or all these things, or is it based on health?
I want to make money, of course, but I don't want to be fucking invalid after after a few years, and
So this is an educated decision.
of,
This is
co-
not.
of course it's not like, of course it's like was an emotional. It was like how it can happen. I want to do this and that, but at the same time, I'm not a retired person. Of course, I can think, I can analyze, I can как взвешивать?
Way out.
Well, what's good, what's bad for me, what's good for me in the future, what might be bad for me in the future. And of course, I did all medical exams, and Leo was like Mama Leo. He's following me everywhere. We did all I did with him, all tests, all medical как обследование.
An analysis.
And yes, and through everything fine.
So there is not a reason of concern from a health perspective, and that is your decision that you want to continue fighting. And I think the last time you mentioned was a minimum of 10 years.
Till 40, yeah.
Yeah. So now that that's behind us, what do you think about organizations forcing fighters to retire? Recently there was recently a conversation where Dana White had made a decision that Wanderlei Silva should consider retiring. He's not going to hire him in the UFC because of his last loss. So what do you think about organizations wanting
No,
fighters?
first of all, I can't judge Dana White. He's a president of big company, and I guess he has some thoughts about Wanderlei Silva, about company, about all events, about like it's for him. I guess it's like many different many different factors, yeah, to make those decisions, and he can do whatever he wants. So it's totally up to him.
Number one thing that everybody is saying is we hope that the game plan that you bring into the next bout is going to be different, that you're going to approach it from a perspective of doing what you do best, which is what made you win before, submissions, taking it to the ground, and all these things. And I think on behalf of everybody, we wish you luck. Anything you want to say to your fans in closing?
Definitely, guys. Thank you, first of all, for your time that we spent 1 hour in this live video chat. Thank you for your support, like always. Thank you, be next to me for all those years and right now, and then my future fights, and I will do some video journals in Albuquerque. I will try to record my training session with Dina and Said in Chicago, and I'm sure we're gonna talk very soon.
Guys,
and it's gonna be very great. Как повод?
Reason?
It's gonna be very great reason for us. And Arlovski's fans, you guys are the best, and I'm sure other fighters, they very jealous about you. I will appreciate it. Thank you.
Alright guys, thank you very much for taking out the time Friday night. Hope you guys have a nice evening, and we will be posting this live video chat recorded on the site probably by tomorrow morning at the latest. Okay? Goodbye guys.
Bye guys.